Hello, good evening, guys. We are from Lab 2026, and today, me and my partner Ma Fengwei will introduce to you guys about some strange history. And first of all, before we start our presentation, and Liu Tuo have some emergency issues, so he can't join us today. And let's begin our presentation. So for the first one is the historical war with a heavy casualties. As we all know, there have been many famous battles in the history, but these battles often suffered heavy losses on both sides. But however, during the Ming dynasty in China, there was a war. This battle was a war between Ming army and the Mongolian tribe. There was a total of 100,000 people participated in this battle, and the two armies fought ferociously on the Chinese border for almost 30 hours. In the end, the war was withdrawn on the ground that the Mongolian army had suffered heavy losses, but this war was ended up with 68 deaths. Only 20 people died for the Mongolian army. No one knows the story behind this battle, but since this battle, after this, the Mongolian army has not violated the Chinese border for almost 50 years. And this is our first story. The second one is the darkest year in human history. According to the record, 536 AD is the most terrifying year in the human's history. This year, a very strange and terrifying event happened on the Earth. In that year, the sun disappeared for 18 months. 18 months of the dark makes people confused between day and night. And at that time, the temperature on the Earth dropped rapidly, and it would be even snowing in summer. This led to a large-scale famine on Earth, and the Earth's population was rapidly declining. This year was a 1,000-year mystery. This story was a 1,000-year mystery in the history, but people was restored what happened at that time with the help of the modern technology. Scientists have discovered through research that the real cause of this incident that in that year was an unprecedented volcanic eruption. The gas formed after the volcanic eruption enveloped the entire atmosphere, making it impossible for sunlight to get through the Earth's surface. So this is all for the two story, and I'll pass to the next presenter, Ma Fengwei.
Okay, hello everyone. Now I'm going to start with the short war in the history. The Anglo-Saxon war is suspected of being the shortest war in history. It has lasted about 38 minutes since the outbreak of the hostilities. This horror is dubious. On August 27, 1896, the British-Hungarian War broke out between British and the East African island of the Zanzibar Sultanate. The conflict lasted from 38 to 45 minutes, the shortest war even. Also, the duration was short. About 500 people died in the war, and the British casualties were relatively lighter. Okay, next. Next is the Dice Hill incident. On a certain day more than 3,006 years ago, the residents of an ancient city on the central island of the Indus River almost all died at the same time. the city of Mohenjo-daro, 400 years ago, was sadly destroyed at a certain moment, and they were all destroyed. This is a dead hill instant listened by scientists as one of the three natural mysteries in the world. It was not until 1922 that the Indian archaeologist Banahan discovered the ruins of this ancient city for the first time. Because the city was full of scarties, it was called the Died Wonder. However, as far back as 3,006 years ago, why is there ancient city with fully developed culture, and why did the ancient city suddenly become extinct? Who is the real culprit? A series of questions have puzzled scientists for 70 years and have yet to find a satisfactory explanation. Thank you. Is all for the history.
All right. Is there any questions for our story?
I have a question
Yes. For which
for
one?
the disappearance of the sun,
This
the
one.
darkest year. And the disappearance of the sun, did it happen in the whole world or in
Yeah.
a specific area or country?
Yeah. It happened in the whole world. The whole world cannot see the sun for 18 months.
Okay, thank you.
Any others? No questions? Come on, guys. Actually, I'm surprised that you guys don't have questions for the first story, because there was hundreds of people fight for 30 hours and died only 68 people. There was only 68 people died. You guys don't have questions for this one. That was surprised me. Really don't have questions? All right, I think if you don't have questions, I think that means we performed well. And all right, if you guys don't have any questions, I think we can move to next part. And can you guys vote for the stories that you like or for some reasons?
I be the first. I will vote to the first story.
For the first story?
Yeah, cause for me is how to say, 100,000 people fight, but only 68 people die. If for me it's unbelievable, and
Yeah.
maybe is it true, or
Yeah,
they are accounting running?
yeah, it's in the real history, and they really count for the dead people. It's really 68 people.
Oh, this.
And it is because the Mongolian army, they say there was 20 people died in their army, and they seems like they was afraid of Chinese army, so they ended the war.
Okay, thank you.
Yeah, so the first story got removed. Next, any volunteer?
Maybe I can be the next.
Yes.
Okay, for me, I'll vote for the last one, the Indian one. What is it? The name? The mod of that, is it?
Yeah, I think so.
So, because I kind of like something like this kind of stuff, like a bit history, but it's very curious that civilization disappears so suddenly. So I like the story, so I will go for this. That's all for me. So maybe I can hear from Xue Ying.
So I'll go for the third one, the shortest war in history.
For the third one.
I mean, it's not weird, but it's just hilarious because it's only lasts for 38 minutes. I mean, I maybe just finish shower and then the war is over.
Yeah.
So it's kind of funny. So I go for the shortest war in history.
All right.
Can I hear from Michelle? Michelle, you there?
Okay. For me, I would like to work for the second story, the darkest year in human history. The sun disappeared for 18 months. I think this is not really weird, but very shocking news that I don't even think of. So I would vote for this. So what do you think, Rebecca?
I will choose the darkest year in human history because I cannot imagine a day without the sun. The essence of the sun will cause great inconvenience in our life, in our daily life. How do you think, Angela?
For me, I also will vote for the darkest year because I think sun produce energy, the solar energy and warmth. So if without sun, I think the environment will be very cold, and also we can't completely darkness. We live in the completely darkness. So I can't imagine how they live in that 80 months without sun. So I'll vote for this. So how about you, Jian-Yi?
Okay, for me, so we'll choose the darkest year in human history. I can't imagine what will happen to the earth today without the sunlight. Can people, animals, or plants still survive? If it does happen, I think it will be terrible. If there's not sunlight, I think the earth will be very cold, and I'm also very afraid of the cold. I think this kind of scenes usually appears in movies only. If the earth without sunlight, it will happen in movie, but I can imagine what happened. It happened again nowadays. Okay, that's all for me.
All right, thank you guys for the voting. And I have one thing to add on, because just like you guys said, you can imagine the people, how the people live without the sun, and you guys will think that will be so cold on the earth. And just like you said, And just like I mentioned before, it would even snow in the summer. And actually, this story are called by people little ice age, are also called little ice age. So you can imagine how cold it will be. All right, I think today we have 4 votes for the second story, and the first story got 1, and the last story got 1, and the third story got 1. So today's winner will be the second story. Am I right? All right, and I think that is all for our presentation today. And do you guys have any other questions want to ask, or just like this?
I have a question.
Yes.
If the second story happen again today, can we live?
I think if this one happen again, the situation will be different. But in my opinion, it will be something will be same with that year, like snow in the summer, and a lot of people will die, and also the people cannot eat well and cannot recognize the day and the night. I think it is, and I think also if this one happened today, it will be more destroyed than that year, because today we have more high technologies in the atmosphere, like some I think if this happened in this year, in nowadays, people cannot, just like we do, people cannot contact with each other using the internet. Just my own opinion.
Okay. Okay.
All right, thank you, Jianyi. And
Okay.
I think that will be all for our presentation, and that will be all for today. And for the next meeting will be our last video, right, guys?
Yeah.
Yes.
And may I ask, for our last video, what should we do? We will introduce again the every video's winner, and
Yes, we will be gather all the result, the work result, and then we combine it into one video. So
all right.
maybe we need to share some pictures or videos in the groups, and then we combine it all together. And then by next week, is it next week? Maybe next week,
Yeah,
we will
it's
be
next
having
week.
it again and do all the documentary video.
All right, yes. I
So
think
we will
be a long video for next week.
Yeah, so we will have someone who edit it and someone who host it, but it's okay. We just start to send the pictures or videos. Today is Tuesday. Can we all get it on Friday? I mean, before Friday, everyone send the group send the pictures or videos in the WhatsApp group. And then we just decided who going to edit it. But we should send the pictures or video first. Is it okay?
Only the pictures and video only, or we should make a PowerPoint again?
We will make a video again.
So no need PowerPoint, is it?
If I'm not mistaken, how they do it is they combine all the pictures and edit in a video, a 1 minute or 1.5 minutes video, and then we share it on next meeting, and then we just kind of discuss a bit, and then we record it and make it to a 2 to 3 minutes videos.
Okay, understood.
This is I see how they do, but we will just figure out later on. but the urgent things is we need the pictures now before Friday.
Okay.
Pictures and videos, right?
Pictures or video. If you have video,
Pictures.
that's great. But if you just have pictures, it's okay. As long as you send it before Friday so that someone can edit it. Okay.
All right, no problem. And one more question: Do you have all the videos? I would say winner. Every video's winner story, so I can.
I think it's all in the WhatsApp group or the group that I think
All
people
right.
just they should know who win, is it?
All right.
Mm.
All right, thank you guys. And for our next meeting will be same time for the next Tuesday,
Okay.
right? And that is all for today. Thank you guys for coming. And bye bye.
Thank you.
Thank
Bye-bye.
you.
Thank you.
Bye bye.
Thank you. Bye
And
bye.
goodbye.
Bye.